Off Grid with Michigan Prepared here. Chances are you guys will have another video this weekend. I got to get out of here, man. I got 2 grandkids at home, and all day long it's just nothing but screaming and crying, and oh, for the love of God, it sends my anxiety through the frickin' roof. So I'm trying to come up with a plan to escape out to the woods this weekend. Not to mention I got a new buck coming in at the back of the property. This one's I think he's a 4-point. I don't think the 1-point classifies yet. So I have a 6-point and a 4-point running around out there. They're just coming in at weird hours, so I can't get to them. But on another topic, guys, I don't know if you heard. I just heard last night. I figured I'd make a quick video for y'all. This video isn't going to be too long. But North Korea has entered the fight, guys. They have officially entered the fight. Yes, they were supplying Russia with some weapons, whatnot. But apparently they have personnel on the ground fighting alongside Russia in Ukraine. And apparently there's already been a couple casualties from what I'm hearing this morning. So I don't know the stipulations or the guidelines or whatever the hell you want to call it that the U.S. and NATO have put in place as far as regarding North Korea and sticking their nose in it. I mean, granted, we ain't got much to talk considering we stick our noses in everything, but yeah, North Korea's in the fight, guys, so there's just another escalation point for you guys to consider. Again, you know, it's only getting worse. It's not getting any better. So continue to get stocked up. I know this video is extremely short, and that's really all I got for you today is the fact that North Korea has entered the fight, and I guess the only thing to do is to just sit back and see where it goes. I have yet to hear anything on a NATO response, a U.S. response to this, but I can only assume that either we're going to put more boots on the ground in Ukraine, or we're going to be giving them more weapons or whatever. So yeah, guys, I didn't want to leave you hanging. I know it's been, what, day or two since I sent out a video to y'all. I just want to keep y'all in the loop. And that's what I have so far. But yeah, keep getting stocked up, guys. I literally don't have much else for you. Hopefully, if you guys want to see it, and I guess it kind of deals with, and I have to sneeze, so I apologize if I do that. I feel one coming on. But considering it has to deal with off-grid and prepping and stuff like that, I may have some pressure canning videos for you guys coming up. I don't know how I'm going to film it, how I'm going to go about it. Maybe I'll do it out in the woods in my camper if my pressure canner will fit on the stove. I just got to make sure I have a full tank of propane. That way the flame doesn't go out and ruin my pressure canning. So yeah, sorry this video is only about 4.5 minutes or so. But just keep your eye out, guys. Pay attention to what's going on. It's not getting any better. I know Israel and Iran, they've been battering each other with a barrage of missiles back and forth, and who knows how bad that's going to get either. I don't know. But again, it's not getting any better. It's only getting worse. So get stocked up, guys. Dried beans and rice, water, pet food, medical supplies, Band-Aids, bandages, gauze, whatever, iodine, some sort of disinfectant that won't go bad, you know, rubbing alcohol possibly, butterfly sutures, regular sutures if the wound is too bad. I know there's a couple people that don't recommend the actual sutures, which I get, but I have a suture kit in my med bag, and that is just for extreme emergencies where butterfly closures and super glue isn't going to cut it. So make sure you guys are getting stocked up on everything. Remember, canned goods are, by law, they have to put an expiration date on it. And I'm no expert, so do this at your own will. But canned goods with an expiration date, they're still good for quite a few years. Just like I learned last night, Ball canning lids for pressure canning, the Ball brand, they put on there, I think, 16 months or something like that. And by law, they have to, because, say, for instance, they put a disclaimer on there saying that they guarantee their Ball canning lids will stay sealed for 5 years, and they don't. Well, then people can come back after Ball. So they put 16 months on it. And again, I'm no expert at this, but for those of you who are curious, because I've looked it up, and it's actually taken the better part of my attention away, trying to figure out the actual term that you can keep pressure canned food in your pantry for or up on the shelf. And rule of thumb is, guys, is after you pressure can your jars, there's 3 main components to Ball jars and whatever pressure canning. You got your jar itself, you have your actual sealing lid, and then you have your rings. After you get done pressure canning, guys, you let the product sit and cool for 24 hours. Then you take the rings off and you leave just the seal on top. If you leave your rings on, it could create a false positive. Now, from everything I've looked up, it doesn't matter how long they're stored. If you can pick the jar of product up just by the seal, without the ring on it, just by the seal, and give it a small shake and it holds, then the seal's good. As long as it's sealed, it is safe to eat. Remember that. As long as it's sealed, it is safe to eat. It doesn't matter if it's 5 years, 10 years, because I have stuff in my pantry, and actually I'll get you guys a photo, but I have stuff in my pantry that I pressure canned in 2022, 21? I can't remember. I'll have to go look at the dates. I did write the dates on all the tops, but as long as it's sealed, it is safe to eat. I was watching a video last night. Guy had some beef stew in his pantry that was 10 years old. He pulled it out of the jar, heated it up, and it was just as good as the day he canned it. So pressure canning's the way to go. Maybe I will get into doing some more videos on that, so hopefully it'll intrigue some more of you. If my old gray truck driving butt can do it, you can do it. So it's the way to go, guys. If we're going to be in a SHTF situation potentially to where refrigeration isn't an option, well, pressure canning is. And granted, you know, if we don't have electricity for refrigeration, chances are we ain't going to have electricity for you know, keeping the area cool. Sorry, I lost train of thought for a second. Which means, you know, because you're supposed to keep your pressure can products in a what do you call it, a dark, cool place. But whatever area you keep your pressure can goods in, it may be warmer than what is recommended due to the fact that, you know, if without electricity we don't have AC and so on and so forth. However, there's a way around that. It's a little difficult to do. It's not horrible, but you can dig a root cellar, guys, and that's another video that I'll probably have for you. Thinking about doing it next spring or summer. I have a hill out at my property, a mound that was built up the length of the property. And the reason why that mound is there is because they had dug a ditch along the edge of the property, and it looked like the backhoe picked up from one spot and sat in another. So I have this big hill. It's about 5-6 feet tall and probably about 6 to 8 feet wide, a big old mound. So I'm going to dig into that on an angle, and I'm going to build a root cellar in there. And then whatever dirt that I dig out, I'm going to put back on top of the root cellar. and hopefully that will keep it cool enough. A trial and error, at the very least. At least now I have storage, you know what I mean? So that might be another video. I'm gonna have to rent a backhoe to do it, provided times don't go to crap and you can still rent backhoes. But I plan on doing that next spring after the ground thaws out and whatnot. But yeah, I'm thinking about doing some pressure canning videos for y'all too, just to show you, hey, even the most redneck of rednecks can pressure can. So if I can do it, you can do it. And it's a very safe method, a great way to preserve food if you guys can't afford you know, one of these $20,000 freeze dryers and stuff like that. So stay tuned for those. Hopefully I'll have those coming up soon. But anyway, guys, again, I've rambled on too much. That's all I got for you today. I love y'all. Stay safe, get stocked up. Till next time, Off Grid with Michigan Prepared is out.